There's a reason the first $100,000 has been called the hardest money you'll ever make. It's not because the math changes after it, but because you do. Before you reach 100K, your growth depends almost entirely on your income, your discipline, and your ability to fight temptation. After you hit it, compounding starts doing more of the heavy lifting for you, which is why people who cross this threshold often accelerate far faster than they ever thought possible. Saving your first $100,000 isn't just a financial milestone, it's an emotional and psychological one. It's the point where you stop feeling like you're just working for money and start feeling like your money is finally working for you. This is the moment when you realize wealth isn't just for other people. These 6 saving tips are the exact mindset shifts and action plans that will help you not only reach $100,000 but get there faster and with more confidence than 99% of people around you. Tip 1. Treat saving like a bill you must pay. The average person saves when there's something left at the end of the month. That's a guaranteed way to never reach 100K, because there will never be anything left if saving isn't a priority. The first major shift is to treat saving like rent, electricity, or a loan repayment, something non-negotiable. Set up automatic transfers so a fixed percentage of your income, 10%, 20% or more, moves to savings or investments the day you get paid. Open a separate account that's not linked to your debit card so it's not instantly accessible. Decide on a minimum baseline you'll save every month, even during hard times. If you normally save $800 per month, then during a tough month you might drop to $300, but never zero. When you pay yourself first, you start telling yourself a new story. I'm a person who takes care of my future before spending on my present. That identity shift matters because building 100K isn't just a numbers game. It's an act of self-respect. Each month you save first, you're building evidence for yourself that you can be trusted with money. That trust in yourself is priceless. Tip 2. Crush lifestyle inflation before it crushes you. Most people never reach 100K because every time their income grows, their expenses grow right along with it. A raise turns into a new car, a bonus becomes a vacation, and a higher-paying job becomes an upgraded apartment. This lifestyle inflation keeps people broke no matter how much they earn. The solution is to set a hard rule. For the first 100K, lock your lifestyle at its current level and send all raises, bonuses, and extra income straight to your savings or investments. Bank every raise by increasing your savings rate to capture the difference automatically. Split windfalls like bonuses, tax refunds, or side hustle payouts by sending 80 to 100% to savings before spending. Create spending limits, not because you can't spend, but because you know spending delays freedom. Every time you choose not to inflate your lifestyle, you're saying, "I'm playing the long game." That's an emotional win because you're delaying small pleasures today for the sake of life-changing freedom tomorrow. When your friends are stressed about bills despite making good money, you'll be calm because you chose wealth over appearances. Tip 3. Max out the gap between income and expenses. The only way to save your first 100K faster is to increase the gap between what you earn and what you spend, which means aggressively growing income, cutting expenses, or ideally both. The bigger this gap, the faster you reach critical mass, where your investments start growing faster than your contributions. Boost income by taking on overtime, negotiating raises, starting a side hustle, or freelancing your skills. Cut big expenses first. Housing, transportation, and food make up most budgets, so trimming here has the biggest impact. Track every dollar using apps, see where your money is leaking, and plug the holes. When you see your gap widen, you'll feel a deep sense of control, and control over your money is control over your future. The gap is your freedom speedometer. The bigger it is, the faster you get out of the rat race. Every extra dollar in that gap is a vote for independence. Tip 4. Put your money to work immediately. Saving your way to 100K in cash alone is slow and painful, as inflation will quietly erode its value and your progress will crawl. The real acceleration happens when you put your money to work by investing. When you invest early, compounding starts working even before you reach 100K. And even a modest return of 7 to 10% a year can turn your savings into a snowball that grows without extra effort. Start with simple, low-cost index funds like S&P 500 ETFs. Automate contributions so you invest every month without hesitation, and reinvest all returns, dividends, and profits stay in, feeding the snowball. Investing flips the script. You're no longer the only one working, your money is working too. That shift removes the helpless feeling of, "I'll never get ahead," and replaces it with the thrill of watching your net worth grow without trading more hours of your life. Tip 5. Protect your progress from setbacks. Reaching 100K isn't just about earning, saving, and investing. It's also about protecting your money from being wiped out by setbacks. One medical bill, one car breakdown, or one job loss can undo years of work if you're not prepared. That's why building an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses is critical. Keep it in a high-yield savings account where it's safe but still accessible. Review your insurance, health, auto, home, and disability to ensure you're covered against big financial shocks. Avoid co-signing loans, lending large amounts to friends or family, or making unresearched hot investments that could tank overnight. Every dollar you keep safe is a dollar that continues compounding for you. The emotional reward here is peace of mind. Knowing you can handle life's curveballs without destroying your progress turns stress into confidence and keeps you moving forward without fear. Tip 6. Stay obsessed. Until you hit it. Saving 100K isn't something that happens by accident. It requires obsessive focus for years. You have to know exactly where you are financially at all times, track progress relentlessly, and constantly remind yourself why it matters. Most people fail because they lose interest halfway, so the secret is to make the goal unshakable in your mind. Track your net worth monthly and celebrate every 10K milestone. Write down your why, whether it's financial freedom, family security, or never working a soul-crushing job again, and avoid comparison traps, because you're not competing with friends buying new cars. You're competing with your own potential. This goal is more than a number. It's a symbol of self-mastery. When you hit 100K, you'll carry that same discipline into the next 100K and the next. It will no longer be about whether you can build wealth, you'll know you can. That confidence changes everything. Lastly, as a bonus tip you need to know and keep in mind always, budgeting won't make you rich, but it will for sure build a discipline habit in your life. Budgeting won't make you that 100K on its own, but it builds the discipline that allows you to eventually save life-changing amounts of money like your first $100,000. Think of budgeting as the foundation. A budget teaches you control. It forces you to look at your income, your expenses, and your spending habits with honesty. By tracking where every dollar goes, you learn how to stop wasteful spending, prioritize essentials, and funnel more money toward your savings or investments. That habit of telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went is what sets you apart from most people. Over time, the discipline you develop through budgeting creates consistency, which is the key ingredient to stacking cash. It may start small, like saving an extra $200 a month, but that consistency compounds over the years until you've saved your first $100,000. Without a budget, even a high income can slip through your fingers. But with budgeting, even an average income can be stretched into a fortune, because the real wealth-building power lies in discipline, not just money itself. The journey to $100,000 is a test of patience, discipline, and self-control. The money itself is powerful, but the person you become while saving it is even more valuable. Once you cross this line, you'll look back and realize you've built habits and a mindset that will make the next 100K, 500K, or even 1 million feel inevitable. The exciting truth is, you will never forget the moment you check your account and see six figures for the first time, not because of the number, but because it will represent years of choices where you said yes to your future and the disciplined habits you've built.